bunch of numbskull news, and today I want to address something. I want to address people talking about the CFP ratings are down, which is laughable as hell. The problem is, people see headlines and they don't bother reading the article. Now, look, I'm guilty of that. Everyone's guilty of that. So what I'm going to do is read an article from Front Office Sports that basically puts everything into context when it talks about CFP viewership. And the reason people are talking about CFP viewership, they're saying, well, you got Boise State in there, you got Arizona State in there, you got Indiana in there, and everything's gone to hell because Alabama's not there. Because the SEC didn't get enough teams in, so, it hurts the ratings, and that's all bullshit. It is. I'm sorry, but a ton of people have showed up to watch the CFP. Now, the ratings aren't out yet for the national championship game, but they will come out. So everything I'm talking about doesn't even include the freaking national championship game. But first, let me get to, I don't like to pull up articles and read articles, but this article puts everything into perspective way better than I could. So we're going to go through it so everybody can just go screw themselves when they're talking about CFP ratings and they're being down, because that's crap. Again, Front Office Sports, and here's the headline. CFP semifinals TV ratings drop 17% in 12-team formats first year. Now, if you're just going to take the headline, you can make some clickbait. You can go out there and try to make, your little comments on whatever videos and make it sound like whatever. And look, there's YouTubers that I really respect and I like and all that are using a headline like this as fodder for them making points out there, and it's BS. Now this is a short article, so let's go through it. TV ratings for the college football playoff semifinals were down roughly 17% in the first year of the 12-team format. As the Final Four played out later in January than is typically the case. This year's matchup drew an average of 19.2 million viewers across ESPN's standard multi-platform megacast approach, which is down by 4 million from last year's CFP semifinals that averaged 23.2 million. So that's what people are talking about. Rose-colored glasses. I wonder why this dude used that. Rose-colored glasses. Well, the important distinction is that last year's semifinal played out on New Year's Day, traditionally a huge TV day for college football. There was also the benefit of Michigan-Alabama playing out at the Rose Bowl, which usually draws a big rating no matter who is playing, and last year had a 27.7 million people that watched. That was a bigger audience than the Michigan-Washington National Championship game last year, which drew 25 million. All right? The other CFP semifinal a year ago, Washington, Texas, in the Sugar Bowl, drew 18.7 million viewers. Is that all just because it's Michigan and Alabama? No, it's because it's the Rose Bowl. It's on New Year's Day. Son of a bitch. Further showcasing the power of the Rose Bowl. This year's game on January 1st, which saw Ohio State defeat Oregon in the quarterfinals, is the CFP's most watched game so far. And that's before you get to the national championship game. 21.1 million viewers. Ohio State led 34-0 in the second quarter. There was no reason for people to watch this game, but it still drew 21.1 million viewers. It's the Rose Bowl, people. And next year, the Fiesta and Peach Bowls will host the CFP semifinals also on the second Thursday and Friday of January, which should make for a clean comparison to this year's game. So you can't sit there and talk about, the ratings are down when you're not comparing apples to apples. You're comparing apples to oranges. Things have changed. We're in a 12-team format. Last year, it was only 4. So it's not the same shit. Trending up. With the CFP down to its final matchup, here's a look at a round-by-round average viewership heading into the title game. The first round averaged 10.6 million. Quarterfinals averaged 16.9 million viewers. The semifinals averaged 19.2 million. So here's the problem with y'all's point. You're only counting the semifinals. You're saying the semifinals are down. Last year there was no quarterfinals. There was no first round. So all of those ratings, add the 4 games of the first round, the 4 games of the quarterfinals. All of those ratings you did not have last year. So no, this CFP has gotten an ass ton more ratings overall than last year because there's a shit ton more games. People need to stop lying about shit. And I hate to put it so bluntly, but I'm sorry. When you're not using all of the information available to make your point, and the information is right there, you're either editing that out. In other words, you are willfully ignoring all of the facts that destroy your point so you can make your point, which is a lie. It's the lie of omission. Or you're just being lazy and reading the headline and that's it, and making your point off of a headline. And trust me, so many people do that. But y'all need to stop because you look dumb when you do it. And I'm talking to people that I highly respect. I get a lot of entertainment value. I'm not naming anybody. And I'm purposely not doing that. This is just me saying to everybody out there in college football internet land, no, the fucking ratings are not down, people. It's impossible for the ratings to be down. It's impossible because you've got a shit ton more games. You had 3 games last year. What do you have this year? 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. What is that? That's 11 games overall? You're in double-digit playoff games. There's no way in hell 3 playoff games will get more overall viewership than 11. It's dumbass. It's asinine. And you can't compare some other bowl game to the freaking Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl is traditionally one of the highest rated games, period. Because everybody watches the damn thing. It's the granddaddy of them all, right? This is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous point people make and have been making for weeks now. Shut up. Shut up. That's all I got to say. And I'm being very, very, very blunt. Because I can't stand it when people take shit out of context to make a point. You see it in the political sphere of this country all of the time. And it drives me nuts. I freaking hate that shit. And I really hate it. When you're doing it in freaking sports, when it's unnecessary. There's been so many times I try to make a point and I research it and I realize my point sucks ass. My whole concept of my video will suck ass because I was ignorant on the facts of the subject matter. What do? I scrap it and think of something else to do. Completely scrap it. I'm sorry. People need to have a little bit more integrity with this shit. All right, just a smidge. I'm not on some mountain here. I talk shit all the time. I barely know what the hell I'm doing on a day-to-day basis on my channel. I have very slow growth on my channel because I'm not that great. I'm not that talented. I realize that. I have a lot of shortcomings. Fine. But what I'm not going to do is throw out some bullshit. I try not to. I can't say that I've never thrown out some BS, but I really try hard not to. So if anybody out there has taken offense to this, all right, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to call you stupid, a dumbass, a liar, or any of that stuff. But when you talk out your ass like this, when you talk straight out of your ass about ratings and you're not using all the facts and context, it kind of looks like shit. Okay, it's all I'm saying. It just looks bad. And that's the kind of shit that pisses me off, and I will make a video about it. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my whole Texan freaking ass, because I don't care. I'm just going to call the crap out. Now, I'm not naming names out here. I'm not naming people on X, anyone on YouTube. There's only 2 spaces that I'm in. I am not calling anybody out, because a lot of these people I'm fans of, and I don't feel good about giving them a stiff uppercut to the jaw like this. I don't want to do that. I have too much respect for those people, and I respect their viewers and their fans too. However, hopefully they see this and they self-correct. They're like, maybe old Nums there got a point. Maybe I should have read an article like this. Maybe I should have dug a little deeper before just going off of a headline and making some points out there. Maybe I should have got more context and got more information before doing that. But I understand, hey, it's a big temptation to just take a headline that feeds your point. That makes, hey, that goes with my narrative. I'm using that shit instead of actually reading what's underlying it. Getting all the information out there. And Front Office Sports did a fantastic job breaking that shit down. Now, I did a piss poor job reading it. Hopefully, you guys can Google Front Office Sports, CFP TV ratings, and you'll find it, and you could read through it yourself and get probably a clearer picture of what they're trying to say. Which is, no, the fucking viewership isn't really down. It isn't. Sorry. I'm sorry if that kills anyone's point. Anyone's worldview on college sports right now. But if it does that, it does that. Consider it dead. Roadkill. Scoop it up. Make some soup. Whatever. Anyway, I'll be back with some other crap some other time. Thanks for watching. Bye.